The first thing I heard was a mop bucket rolling across the hallway by itself. Not pushed, not bumped, just rolling. That should have been enough for me to clock out and never come back. Instead, I laughed and said, "Real funny, guys," even though I knew I was alone. It was my third week as a night janitor at Ridgeview High. Midnight to 6 a.m. empty school. Easy money. That's what they told me. Schools are not empty at night. They just pretend to be. The lights in the main hall flickered like they were breathing. Lockers clicked softly, metal popping as they cooled. Somewhere deep in the building, a door slammed. The sound echoed too long, like the halls were stretching it. I grabbed my card and started with the science wing. Everyone knew the science wing had problems. Rumors about a lab fire years back. A student burned. A teacher quit. The room was sealed, but the hallway was still part of our route. I pushed my cart past room 214 and smelled smoke. Not old smoke. Fresh. I checked my radio. No fire alarms. "Hello." My voice bounced off the lockers and came back wrong, thinner. The door to 214 was open. It was never open. I stepped inside. The room was dark except for moonlight through the windows. Burn marks crawled up the walls like black veins. Desks were stacked in the corner, melted at the edges like wax. Then I heard breathing. Slow. Vet. From behind the teacher's desk. "Hey," I said, already backing up. "This area is closed." The breathing stopped. Silence, so heavy my ears rang. Then a shape stood up. It looked like a man in a lab coat, but the coat was fused to him, black and cracked. His face, there wasn't much left. Just shadow where eyes should be, and a mouth that hung open like it had forgotten how to close. He didn't walk. He slid. I ran, not screaming. I burst into the hallway, shoes slipping on the freshly mopped floor, and slammed into my cart. The bucket tipped, water flooding the tiles. I went down hard, cracking my elbow. When I looked back, the hallway was empty. Just wet floors and my own shaking hands. I should have left. I should have called my supervisor. Instead, I told myself it was stress, lack of sleep, old buildings play tricks. So I kept working. An hour later, I found blood in the boys' bathroom near the gym. Not splatters. A trail, like someone had been dragged. My radio crackled. "Maintenance," a voice said. Not dispatch. Too calm. Too close. "Come to the gym." I knew that voice. It was Mark, another janitor. Day shift mostly, but he'd swapped with me tonight. I followed the trail. The gym doors were open. Lights off. The place smelled like burnt rubber. "Mark," I called. "I'm here," he answered from the bleachers. I walked in. He was sitting halfway up, slumped over. At first, I thought he passed out. Then I saw his legs. Bent wrong. Twisted like something had folded him. "Jesus," I whispered, running up to him. His eyes snapped open. "They won't let me go," he gasped. "Who won't?" He tried to point, but his arm dropped uselessly. Behind me, the air went cold. The lab ghost slid out from the shadows at the edge of the court. But now there were more. Shapes in old-school uniforms. Burned, broken, faces blurred like wet chalk. "They're stuck," Mark cried. "They want us stuck too." I grabbed his arm and pulled. The moment I touched him, his body jerked, and his skin blistered under my hand like it was pressed to a hot stove. I screamed and let go. He was already gone. The ghosts moved closer, surrounding the bleachers. The floor beneath me darkened, scorching, smoke rising. I ran again. I didn't look back this time. I burst out into the hall, fire alarms screaming behind me as smoke filled the gym. I didn't stop until I was outside, gasping in the cold air. The fire department came. They said an electrical fault caused a small blaze. They found Mark dead in the bleachers. They said he must have fallen. I know what I saw. I quit that night. Room 214 is still sealed. And sometimes when I drive past the school after dark, I swear I smell smoke. If a school security guard tells you a hallway is off limits at night, there is a reason. I was a senior, helping clean classrooms after hours for extra credit. My friend Dylan worked security. He let me stay late. Big mistake. We were joking around near the front office when Dylan's radio buzzed. Motion alert. East wing. 3rd floor. He groaned. That wing's empty. Cameras glitch all the time. Let's check it, I said. We took the stairs. The 3rd floor was dark, emergency lights casting long red shadows down the hall. The air felt thick, like breathing through cloth. Hello, Dylan called. Security. No answer. We walked past rows of classrooms. Doors closed, windows black. Then one door creaked open. Room 312. I pushed it. Inside, desks were arranged in a circle. Papers scattered across the floor, covered in childish writing. Over and over, the same words. Let me leave. The temperature dropped so fast my breath fogged. That's not funny, Dylan said. Someone's messing with us. The door slammed shut behind us. We both jumped. The lights flickered, then died. From the corner of the room, a girl's voice whispered, "Do you have a pass?" "What?" I said. A shape formed near the whiteboard. A teenage girl in an old uniform, hair hanging in wet strands, eyes hollow and dark. Her neck was bruised, like fingers had crushed it. "I need a hall pass," she said. "They said I can't leave without one." Dylan raised his flashlight. "This is trespassing. Identify yourself." She tilted her head. "They locked me in," she whispered. I called for help. No one came. I tried the door. It wouldn't budge. Another stupid decision was yelling at a ghost. "We're leaving," I snapped. "Open the door." Her face twisted. "No pass," she said. The desks began to scrape across the floor, sliding inward, tightening the circle around us. Dylan grabbed his radio. "Dispatch, I need backup at East Wing, 3rd floor now." Only static answered. The girl drifted closer. The air burned my lungs like I was breathing cold metal. Dylan shoved past me and ran at her, swinging his flashlight. He went straight through her. And then he dropped. Hard. His head hit a desk edge with a crack I will never forget. Blood pooled under him as he twitched once, then went still. I screamed his name. She looked at his body, then back at me. "He tried to leave," she said softly. "No pass." The desk closed in until I could barely move. I ripped one of the papers off the floor, grabbed a pen from my pocket, and wrote on my hand, shaking. "Hall pass." I held it up. Her eyes locked onto it. Slowly, the desk slid back. The door creaked open. I ran. I didn't stop until I hit the stairs and fell all the way down. They found Dylan in room 312. They said he slipped. There was no explanation for the desk circle or the words on the walls. Room 312 is locked now. Sometimes students say they hear knocking from inside, asking for a hall pass. The announcement came over the speakers at 1:17 a.m. "This is a lockdown drill. Please remain in your classrooms." I froze in the middle of the hallway. Lockdown drills didn't happen at night. I was a substitute custodian covering for someone who quit suddenly. Just me and one security guard, Ramon. My radio crackled. "Did you hear that?" Ramon said, "I'm heading to the office." "I'm near the library," I replied. "Meet there." I pushed into the library. Rows of shelves stood like dark walls. The lights flickered, leaving patches of shadow between aisles. "Ramon." I called. No answer. The speakers crackled again. Lockdown in effect. The library doors slammed shut. From between the shelves, I heard footsteps. Slow, heavy, then a voice distorted through the speakers. "Students must hide." A figure emerged. It wore an old security uniform, like from decades ago. Face pale, eyes sunken, jaw hanging at an angle like it had been broken once and never fixed. It dragged one leg, leaving a dark smear behind. I backed away, heart hammering. "I'm not a student," I said. "I work here." It tilted its head. "Everyone hides," it said. The shelves began to move. Books tumbled as entire rows slid inward, closing the space around me. I ran between them, knocking over chairs, trying to reach the door. It was already there, blocking the exit. I turned and sprinted down another aisle, only to crash into something warm. Ramon. He was standing still, eyes wide. "Don't run," he whispered. "It doesn't like that." Behind him, the ghost drifted closer. He shoved me aside and bolted. The ghost moved faster than I thought possible. It caught him near the reference desk. Ramon screamed once before the shelves slammed together around him. I heard bones break, then nothing. I dropped to the floor, crawled under a table, and pulled a chair over me. I held my breath. The footsteps circled, paused, then moved away. Minutes felt like hours. Finally, the library doors creaked open. I ran. They found Ramon crushed between fallen shelves. They blamed structural failure. No one explained the lockdown announcement. I quit the next day. The speakers still work. Sometimes, late at night, they say the drill starts again, and someone always hides.